Hello! Today we are going to be learning how to make movement controls for our sprite in Scratch. These controls will allow us to move our character using the arrow keys. For this to work, you will already have to have installed the Scratch browser, which you can go to by going to the website scratch.mit.edu and then adding an account. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy this type of content. On to the video! For the first step, we are going to go to the Events section on the side of the screen. This is where we will grab this button called When Green Flag Clicked. We can drag it onto our work plane for us to use it. This button makes it so that whenever this green flag up at the top of the screen is clicked, then all of the actions in the string underneath of this button will follow. Now we are going to need to scroll down and grab this forever loop. The forever loop will make it so that the function inside of the forever loop will keep on repeating over and over again until this red sign is hit, stopping the code. Now we're going to grab this if-then block from the same section. This block makes it so that whatever requirement is placed in this hexagon shape has to be met before an action here is done. If we put it inside of our forever loop, now the entire code is reading, when the green flag is clicked, forever, if this requirement is met, then perform an action. Now we are going to be defining what requirement is needed to be met. If we scroll down to the sensing section of our chart, we will be able to grab this key space pressed button. This button makes it so that whenever a key on your keyboard is pressed, then something will happen. This is meant specifically for this hexagon-shaped box. We can change what key needs to be pressed by clicking on this space word. Now we'll get a drop-down menu where we can select any key of the keyboard, including all of the numbers, all of the letters, and left, right, down, up, and space, as well as the any key, which means that if any key is pressed, then it will still happen. For this scenario, we're going to be using this right arrow. Now we can put this inside of the hexagon box here. As you can see, when I'm hovering over it, the hexagon box lights up, letting me know that this is where I should place it. Now, if we scroll up to the Motion tab, we will be able to grab the Change X by 10 block. This will make it so that whenever this is met, it will change the X condition of the sprite by 10. The X condition is the amount of left and right that the sprite is moving. If the X is negative, that means that the sprite is the left of the center. If the X is positive, that means that the sprite is to the right of the center. Let's test out our code to make sure it's working for now. Let's first click this green flag to start this entire script. Then, following that, we should have it so that if the right arrow key is pressed on your keyboard, the sprite will change its right movement by 10. Let's test it out. I'm going to click the green flag, and then on my keyboard, I'm going to hit the right arrow key. It seems to be working. Now what we can do to make it so that it can move in all directions and not just one, we can right-click where it says if on the top of this box. Then this white block should show up. If we then hit duplicate, in our hand we will get another version of this block. We can put this directly underneath of our other block. Now we have the same code twice. But let's edit it a little bit. Let's make it so that it does the same thing except for the left arrow. So we click on this right arrow here and select left arrow. And then we remember if the X is for left and right movement and 10 is positive, then left will be negative 10. Now we have it so that we can move the cat in both directions, as I will demonstrate. If we want our motion to be more fluid, we can also hold down that arrow key. Next, we should make it so that we can move the cat up and down as well. This is going to be a little bit more complicated, since now instead of changing the x value, we're going to be changing the y value, which is the up and down. If the sprite is up, that will be a positive y. If the sprite is down, that will be a negative y. In our code, we can again right-click on where it says if in the top corner of the screen. And then again, click duplicate. This will duplicate both blocks, so now we have another 2. If we put these down here, we can change these from right arrow to up arrow and left arrow to down arrow. Now we have right, left, up, and down. That's all movements. But you may notice a problem. If we even use the up and down arrow keys, the sprite still moves side to side. That's because we are still changing the x value here. So what we can do to fix this is if we scroll down a little bit more, we will find this change y by 10 block. If we pull this in here and take out the x, and if we do the same for the other, let's duplicate this and put it down here. Except for down arrow, we're going to have to make it negative. Now we should have it so that we have the right is positive x, which is correct. The left is negative x. Up is positive y. And down is negative y. Let's test it to make sure. I'm going to hit the green flag, and now I'm going to press each of the arrow keys to see if it works. That was up. That's down. That's right. That's left. Great. Everything seems to be working. Make sure that this is working for you too. Great job! You now have working movement controls for your sprite. In our next video, we will teach you how to change how the sprite looks and change the backdrops. Make sure to check out our website at stemsharekids.com. Here we teach free, online, and in-person tutorials on a numerous amount of STEM topics.